What if dial in Marvin Gaye and play it on the damn mic? Why don't you do that? Dial in on Marvin Gaye and play it on the mic. He's grooving. The judge is going like this.
I don't know. He thinks it sounds like a Marvin Wisconsin Marvin Gaye song.
First and second.
Well, just a stellar set of showmen out here, and I tell you, if you don't know what it takes to get to this level and have a pig do what they're doing, it's a long process. It's sometimes frustrating. Some hogs in 2 days are showing like this, and some hogs in 3 months are barely showing like this, and you just never know what you're going to get. And it's hard enough to train yourself, and then you got to train a dumb animal. We heard they're the third smartest, but they're still an animal. And I guess sometimes some of them are dumber than others, I can tell you that. So there's differences in that regard. But I love this program, and I tell you, I mentioned I wish we did showmanship at our fair, or our fairs or shows or whatever you want to call them, because man, it's just a character builder. It's awesome that you have all the control, and I commend you for coming out here and competing. This program does wonders for kids, and this is probably the elite part of it in terms of just really teaching a kid what it takes. And it's just like life, you know, you could go into a job interview and be the absolute most qualified, but maybe something didn't go just right. Maybe there was a candidate whose dad was best friends with the guy interviewing, and they were terrible, and you were awesome and had a great resume, but they got the job just because they knew. This thing kind of teaches you those lessons. Maybe you did all the right things and it just wasn't your day. And I can tell you there's 8 of them out here. There's going to be 6 or 7 of them that it just wasn't their day, and they're dang sure capable of being champion or reserve. So it's extremely hard. I can't commend you enough on the overall quality. And I would encourage you, if you're not super familiar with the program, to visit with these young kids, because their talents and their abilities and their maturity, I promise you, is replicated outside of the arena as well. If you're willing to do what it takes to do this, you're going to be good at whatever you try to do. So with those little things said, I think that there's one that just suits me. I mean, everything just looks right. It's not just how they get their head up and how everything flows and blends, but they never get themselves in a jam. They, you know, when things are coming, we take a smooth right or left turn, and we get out of the jam, but yeah, we're still viewable, and we stay moving, and that's the most important thing. And I guess for me, in this particular instance, I get to be just a little nitpicky and throw my opinion into it. And don't change anything you do because of what I say, because a lot of hog guys expect you to look a certain way, and it's kind of part of the industry. But my thoughts have always been, if you're standing up and you're walking like you usually walk, that's a lot more comfortable than doing the bent over pig walk. I mean, it just makes my back hurt thinking about it. So I'd say stand up and be yourself, man. It looks better, looks smoother, you look more comfortable. We can see everything about your pig better. It's more natural for you. That's just my style. I've had more success teaching kids to do it that way, and I just think it makes you stand out from the field when you can stand up and do all the things you can do bent over standing up. So that's just my opinion. Don't take that home. You do what fits your program there, but there's an individual that does all the little extras and then does it kind of with my style. And I guess as much as anything, it's the look that I like. Man, you can just look in a person's eye sometimes and go, man, I want them on my team. And I do want to make this and kind of put it into relative terms, though. I know a lot of us are familiar with football, so the best way I can relate it, it's like if you had a fantasy team and you were choosing between Tom Brady, Andrew Luck, and Cam Newton, right? Like they could all three have this huge day and get you all kinds of points and lead you to a victory that week in your fantasy deal, but they're all going to do it a different way. There's no wrong or right way. Today I just get to pick which one that I would probably want on my team the most. So that's all that is. all those things said, I'll go out and shake the hand of the individual that wins it, and then we'll shake the hand of the reserve.